This week's Tom Osborne Show is brought to you locally by Better Business Equipment, Pizza Hut, and Rattigan Motor Center.
We felt that Colorado played a very fine 5-2 defensive front. Strong part of their team was their defensive line linebackers, so we tried to put in a couple of new schemes that we thought might help in our blocking patterns. It might help throw the linebackers off a little bit. Defensive linemen might confuse them. And I think for the most part it worked in the first half, and we got off to a good 24-0 lead.
It's the Tom Osborne Show with Nebraska head football coach Tom Osborne.
Certainly the most consistent part of our football game against Colorado was our defense. The defense played great football from start to finish. I think that if my memory is correct, we held them on something like 11 or 12 straight third down conversions that they failed on. And I think they had 0 for 4 on fourth down. So I don't remember ever having that kind of dominance on third and fourth down plays.
Hosted by Kent Pavelka, voice of the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
The 15, the 10, the 5, touchdown! Touchdown, Tommy Frazier!
The Tom Osborne Show is sponsored in part by Rod Cush's Furniture and Pacific Realty.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome to the Tom Osborne Show. Tom, a great win, 24-7 over Colorado. Congratulations.
Thanks, Kent.
Obviously, you silenced a lot of critics in this ball game, although I'm sure that's not your biggest concern, but had to be very, very satisfying, didn't it?
Well, it was a great win in terms of the fact that it was a great team victory, and our offense, I think, played well, particularly in the first half. Defense played well through the whole game, and of course the kicking game was a big part of it. So I think everybody played well, and of course we beat a great football team today.
And the Huskers were a great football team today. On tonight's show, we'll be reviewing all the highlights, of course, from the Colorado game. We'll be featuring the O-line on our halftime report, and Husker Brooke Beringer will be with us also in the show. So stay with us. The Tom Osborne Show is next.
It's funny what a lot of pizza places call a pizza. Now this is what Valentino's calls a pizza. At Valentino's, we take great pride in creating perfect pizzas. We use absolutely the finest ingredients in making our award-winning pizza dough and sauces. So no matter what kind of pizza you order from Valentino's, you can count on it being perfectly delicious every time. Valentino's, you'll like what we do, and you'll love our pizza.
When it comes to cellular service, you need a wide receiver. You need Cellular One. Because with Cellular One's all-new digital super system, your caller simply dial your local Cellular One phone number. The call will then reach you automatically in over 2,000 cities across the country, which happens to be perfect for short passes across town and long bombs clear across America. Cellular One. No other cellular service comes close.
So call now.
Husker fans, here's your chance to join football coaches Frank Solich, Charlie McBride, Milt Teneper, Tony Samuel, and Dan Young on a 7-day Caribbean cruise. You and the Husker coaches will visit Key West, Cozumel, Grand Cayman Island, and Jamaica, all while aboard one of the world's most luxurious cruise line. The cruise departs Lincoln or Omaha March 18th for 7 of the most wonderful days of your life. And the price is just $12.99 per person, including airfare. For more information or free brochure, call AAA Travel Agency at 1-800-222-6327 or your local AAA office.
Globe Quality Cleaners for those hard-to-get-out spots with free pickup and delivery.
Well, Saturday's ball game against Colorado was a milestone for the Nebraska program. As you well know, an NCAA record 200th consecutive sellout, and the fans were really into it, Tom. Can you remember a crowd any more into a ball game than this one?
Well, I think maybe Colorado a couple years ago was close, but certainly the 200 consecutive sellouts tremendous, and real tribute to our fans and all that they've contributed. certainly their financial support and their emotional support and their loyalty has been tremendously important to this program over the years. Colorado won the coin toss and deferred to the second half. So as a result, they kicked off to us in this case. There was a wind that was probably 20-25 miles an hour, but it wasn't very bad on the field. Maybe had a little bit of effect on the kicking game. Homing kickoff here is taken by Damon Benning, and there's some stuff right off the start.
Yeah.
Right? You know, some of that stuff should be called. Here's a cutback play. Lawrence Phillips made 4 or 5 yards and got a face mask penalty. Linebacker grabbed him by the face mask, I think inadvertently, and so we got a first down out of the penalty. Now Lawrence cuts back, makes a nice run, picks up another 5 on just a dive play.
Lawrence had over 100 yards, and they took it away from him on that pitch late in the game.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. Here we had a third down situation, and we delayed the tight end, and he hit Eric Alford for a gain of 21 yards. You see here the I-back flares left. I think they were looking for a screen pass to the left, and as a result, they really didn't cover the tight end. In looking at the tape, I wasn't sure what kind of coverage they were in, but obviously there was a mistake there.
Lawrence Alford with 5 catches in the game. Here's a mistake here.
We went to a shotgun, and we're going to try to run the ball out of the shotgun, and snap was high, and that's the first one of those we've had in 2 years of running the shotgun. Now trap play, and Corey Schlesinger gets about 6 or 7 yards back, but unfortunately we lost 15 on that snap over Brooks' head, and now a very good punt. What you want is that ball will come down around the 8 or 10 yard line. It was high, and our coverage team got down there and stopped the ball before it went in the end zone, so Colorado takes over at their own 2. I think that was Damon Benning who got the ball. Now good support by Tyrone Williams on that play to Salam, and you see a replay of it. Tyrone driving him out of bounds.
Salam got his yards, but a lot of that on a long run late in the game. They were tough yards for him.
Well, he had a lot of people working on him certainly today. Now good pressure on Cordell Stewart. He dumps the ball out here to the tight end, and that was a third down play. I think it was 3rd and 7 or 8, and they came up a couple yards short and had to punt it away. So we get the ball here, pretty good field position. Lawrence Phillips is able to pick up about 5 yards.
Here's one of those new plays. Your wingback takes the nose guard.
Yeah, and that play there, Lawrence kind of stumbled and tripped, and maybe could have had a bigger gain. He ended up with 7 or 8. Corey Schlesinger on a what we call a veer play, where we just didn't block the tackle, and now a little play action pass hit Mark Gilman for a gain of 9. See a replay here. You see the linebackers are going to step up, and that really removes everyone from that area. Unfortunately, Mark couldn't get going quite quick enough to make more than 9 yards, but it was a good completion. Now Brooke on an option play does a nice job of running and some excellent blocks. Tight end did a good job. The right tackle came through on the linebacker, and Brooke picked up 12 on this particular play.
They were giving you the quarterback, weren't they, on a number of
Well,
occasions?
sometimes, and they tried to mix it up. They slanted their line a lot, and they tried to disguise where their tackles were coming from. And here we blocked the trap play a little differently this week than what we had shown, and I think that was a problem for them. Here you see the left guard coming around the linebacker. That's Joe Wilkes, and managed to get a good block, and we sealed everything else off. And Schlesinger goes in from 14 yards out. And
place is coming apart here at this point.
Well, it was a nice drive, and we had a pass or 2 there, but most of it was on the ground.
Well, the fans, as we said, were really into it. Now Colorado with the ball.
Here, Stewart on a short pass to Westbrook. A good tackle by Baron Miles, and a gain of only 3.
We'll blow this
now
one dead.
Faria jumped offside and moved, and that set him back. And so now they have a
1st and 15 here.
Yeah, it was actually 2nd, I think, and now they have an incomplete pass, and that was excellent coverage on the play, so they were forced to punt it away. And now a sprint option, and we thought they would probably attack the quarterback, make his pitch, but in that case, Brooke actually kept the ball. Now, good job here. This was 3rd down and 3. And Brooke had to look at the crossing tight end. He was covered and went to Mark Gilman, who was standing out in the flat. Mark picked up 5 yards, got the 1st down. Now we have a 3rd down situation, and we threw a little fin move to Abdul Muhammad. And their cornerback played Abdul very well, and we made a short gain. Now the sprint option, and at times Stewart had some running room, and in that case he made about 6-7 yards. Now they come back to Salam, and gain of about 3. And that was Moss and Dumas.
Shovel pass.
Now that was a shovel pass right to Dante Jones. If Dante had been able to pick it off in the air, he'd have scored easily. But and here you see it again.
Can't advance this now.
No, once it hit the ground you can't, but it hit him right in the numbers.
Yeah.
And I know Dante would have liked to have hung on to that. That would have been kind of the play of the day. And
well, you referred to the kicking game. This goes 25 yards.
yeah, they had a hard time punting the football, and we had planned to block some punts, but they almost, the way they punted them, might as well left the guy alone, because it's almost like a block.
Stay with us now, because the Huskers really take control of this game in the 2nd quarter. Those highlights are coming up next.
We asked these women what they think about the new Sicilian-style pizza from Pizza Hut. Wow, they love it! New Sicilian-style pizza from Pizza Hut. A little basil, oregano, and a touch of garlic baked right into the crust for a pizza crust like you've never tasted before.
Calmati, Rosalia. Che ne stai facendo uno spettacolo?
For $8.99, any second medium, $5 more.
Better business equipment, certainly the one. We sell our sharp copiers with delight. Our faxes will make your day bright. When you tire of the same old routine, then come in and test our machines. Better business equipment, certainly the one.
Hey Husker fans, discover for yourself the difference Low Country Overhead can make at Radigan Motor Center in Missouri Valley. We like to say that we make deals the big city boys can only dream about, and how's this for a deal? Come see us, just take a test drive, and register to win 1 of 2 pair of tickets for each Nebraska home football game. With nearly 1,000 new and used vehicles to choose from, we're bound to have the one that's just right for you. So get a great deal and a great deal more at Radigan Motor Center, where you can still make a deal with a handshake.
Get it bigger, get it louder, get it in your face during Hitachi Hoopla at the Mart. All in-stock Hitachi big screen TVs, including Ultravision big screens and camcorders, are now on sale. Like this Hitachi 50-inch big screen with quick freeze picture-in-picture capability for a closer look and Matrix surround sound, so the action's right in your lap. It's on sale now for just $19.99. Get all the sports action you can take during Hitachi Hoopla at Nebraska Furniture Mart.
Well, we open up the 2nd quarter with Nebraska on the move. Coach, a couple of former Cornhuskers on the sideline with you. Tempted at all to try to stick them in the ball game?
I think the New Orleans Saints must have had an open week or something, so we had Derek Brown, Tyrone Hughes here. Started out with a big gain here. This was just a dive play. Corey Schlesinger carried the ball and got a lot of running room there, and starts out with an excellent gain.
Brooke, check into that. I mean, do you see something?
Well, we didn't check into it. He had the freedom to go either right or left with it. He picked the widest tackle, fortunately, and it was a 29-yard gain. So I think that might have been the longest run. Although Makovic had a pretty long one later in the game. Now an option play that's well executed, and Lawrence Phillips picks up about 8 yards around the left end.
Is it what you call a zone play?
That's a zone play, and it's kind of a guessing game as to which way they were going to slant. In that case, Brooke audibled us into the right play, and Lawrence Phillips on a 14-yard gain.
Seems like that's working well with fullback in the set.
Well, the fullback is a lead blocker, and you see Schlesinger came back and picked up the linebacker, and we had a good block out of the tight end, right tackle. And so a nice gain there, 14 yards. down to the Colorado 4-yard line.
And you try it to the left, don't you? Basically the same thing?
Yeah, same play. And Lawrence gets about 4. You see he's down there deep in their territory, and an excellent gain on that particular play. Now we end up with a delay of game penalty, and so we had to throw the ball here, and unfortunately Eric Alford caught it just short of the end zone. You can see here he's very, very close.
Turns out you needed that because you have to settle for a field goal.
Well, what they did was they usually when you run that option play, the cornerback will cover the receiver. They just gambled, and the corner ran in there and didn't cover the receiver, so Brooke had nobody to pitch the ball to, and we end up with a loss and end up having to kick the field goal, and we do go ahead 10-0 at this point.
Stewart outside.
The way it turned out, that would have been enough, I guess, but nobody knows against this Colorado team, good team. Now, Stewart again gets another pretty good gain. He gained 8 yards on the first option and then 13 on this one. Doug Coleman made the tackle, and now Salam got a little bit of running room there, and a gain of 9.
You want to get to that guy in the backfield, don't you?
Well, you'd like to, but unfortunately you can't always get that done. Now an incomplete pass to the tight end. Another good job there on Salam.
Tough between the tackles,
Gain of only 3. That was Christian Peter and Coleman. Now a good job on the option play. And excellent play by Dwayne Harris. That was a 1-yard loss.
He contains him and then makes the play.
And Dwayne, actually, I think we had the pitch taken away with some outside pursuit there, so Stewart didn't have any place to go with the football. And so now they're in a field goal situation, and the kick was just a little bit short.
Kicking into the wind.
Yeah, it was into the wind, and you can see that it was straight enough, but it came down probably a yard or so short of the crossbar. So
here's another one of your new plays, isn't it?
Well, this was a reverse to Muhammad, and unfortunately their tackle really penetrated, and we picked up only about 3 or 4 yards on the play. Now Lawrence Phillips running well straight ahead, cuts back and gained 5, and so it brought up about a 3rd and 3, and they were playing man-to-man on Eric Alford, but Eric got a step.
We can run, can he?
And he's got good speed. He was a running back in junior college. And so Eric picked up 15 yards on that play.
You went to the tight end a lot in this ball game.
Well, it just happened that way. There was no particular design to do that, but it seemed like Eric had 2 or 3 big plays for us, and of course that was a big 3rd down play there. And
another tight end.
Yeah, in this case, hit Mark Gilman, straight ahead isolation fake, and linebackers step up, stop the isolation, and Gilman picked up 16. In that particular case, he got a chance to run a little bit after he caught the football. Now Jeff Makovica, well, here's a replay of the tight end, and a nice, as we said, a nice gain on that particular play. And
what is this play with Makovica here?
Well, I think it was a trap play. We'll see it
kind of cuts it back or
develop
something.
here, and just a trap, and he managed just to dive forward, stay on his feet, and a gain of 4 yards on that play. Now a bootleg pass, and Brooke did a good job here. He looked at his backside receiver, then came back to Mark Gilman and picked up 15 yards. We'll see that again here. And this was out of a little different set than we've run it before. You see the protection is good. I thought I don't recall that we were sacked today when we were trying to throw the ball. And Brooke, generally speaking, had pretty good protection.
We've only been sacked twice all year.
Yeah, it's been good from that standpoint. Now a little shovel pass to Abdul Muhammad. Abdul makes a nice gain, 12 yards down toward the goal line, down to the 2-yard line. And you see the defensive tackle really almost has him in his grasp here, but turned him loose. I don't think he realized that Abdul was going to catch the ball. So it was a well-executed play and came at a good time. And now
we're going to score here.
Ran a pitch play, and Brooke had a couple plays to go to, but in this case we really blocked the play well, and pitch play went all the way in. Clinton Childs untouched into the end zone. And we'll see it again here.
Makovica here, number 22 at the block here.
Yeah, he does a good job here on the defensive back. And that was Matt Shaw at the tight end spot. Did a nice job. Zach Wiegert at right tackle. also blocked well.
Coming up next in our halftime report, we're going to be featuring Nebraska's offensive line, and they do deserve the spotlight. That coming up next.
Dave is psyched. He just bought this brand new car with a personal installment loan from First Tier. And not only did he get a competitive 8.49% APR, he's also flying to Hawaii. Free! Yep, right now with every personal loan, First Tier is giving away free airfare for 2 to one of 6 warm weather destinations. So come to First Tier before rates go up, because locking in now could leave you in a very desirable position.
Beef is definitely what's for dinner at the University of Nebraska football training table. Our athletes understand that beef is a great source of protein and iron that helps them recover from hard bouts of training. Today, it's easier than ever to find a great variety of lean cuts of beef that everyone will enjoy at your dinner table. Beef, it's what's for dinner at the Nebraska football training table. And don't forget, there is no place like Nebraska.
Brought to you by the Big Red Cattle Club.
The popular 2-for-1 recliner sale is back at Rod Cush's Furniture. Right now, you can get 2 recliners for only $166. There are hundreds of Franklin recliners to choose from. They recline, they rock, they swivel, they glide, they massage you, and they relax you in about any color you can think of. And they bring the world closer to you. 2 recliners for $166, believe it.
Rod Cush's Furniture, 72nd and L in Omaha, and now open in Lincoln at 27th and Superior. It's our best to you every day.
The Kitchen of Amigos brought you the popular crisp meat burrito, the crisp pinto burrito, and now they've stirred up a delicious new taste treat, the crisp chicken burrito. Blending the flavor of cream cheese with Amigos' tender grilled chicken and just a hint of mild chilies and green onion rolled in a crispy golden shell. The crisp chicken burrito, something new and delicious at Amigos.
This year, Nebraska's offensive line is a very tight-knit group, and it may be one of the best in Nebraska football history. Jeff Schmall put together this following piece featuring the offensive line.
I will defend, I will fight. I'll be there when you need me. When honor's at stake, this vow I will make. Yeah! That is all for one, all for love. Let the one you
I think mainly it's just that we've really learned how to play together. I'm a junior and the other 4 starters are seniors, and we've grown up in the system together for the last 4 years, and those guys have been here for 5 years, and we've just, you know, with all the practice and games and experience that we've had together, it just seems like we're really clicking as a unit right now.
Mostly is, you know, work in the weight room. We really have good off-season workout habits. I mean, this summer, it was the best turnout I've ever seen for workout habits, and we do a lot of speed and agility drills. For being 300 pounds, we got guys on our offensive line that don't run like they weigh 300 pounds and stuff. So I think a lot of it's just work habits in the off-season that pay off and show on the field.
I swear I'll always be strong, and there's a reason why. I'll prove to you we belong. I'll be the wall that protects you from the wind and the rain, from the hurt and the pain. Yeah, hey. Let's make it.
Yeah, it's really exciting. It's a dream come true for me. I'm growing up in Nebraska. I've always wanted to be a Nebraska Cornhusker and be on this offensive line, and then to be here and be with such a great group of players. It's really exciting.
'Cause when it's all for one, it's one for all. When there's
lot of it does have to do with the fact that we've got some really good athletes on the line this year. Everybody really runs well. Everybody's got really good feet and great size and strength, and I think because of that, it really helps us dominate opposing players.
I think the best thing that makes the whole offensive line click is the experience we've had together. You know, we've all came up together and we fought our way to get our positions, and just the overall unity on the offensive line, it makes it special.
One, two, three. Dominate!
A lot of little touches go into every new Plymouth Neon. A very powerful 132 horsepower engine, a spacious cab-forward interior, dual airbags, and a special Plymouth Neon chip-resistant finish. And oh, there's one more thing. Appeal. Say hello to Plymouth Neon at your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
A new season, and with it a change to richer textures, deeper colors, and more sophisticated silhouettes. At Gary Michaels Clothiers in Lincoln and Hastings, one thing has not changed: our commitment to the finest classic clothing, expert professional tailoring, and an attitude of total service to our customers. We shop the world, selecting only what meets our uncompromising standards for quality and fashion, so you can rest assured that what you wear is unparalleled in appearance and luxury. Gary Michaels Clothiers, Nebraska's leader in fine apparel.
Do congressmen get to meet the president?
Yes, sure we do.
Do you like cauliflower?
No, not my favorite.
Mr. Davis, do you think Congress will appropriate more funds to acquire and develop land for national parks? Or is this current climate of cost-cutting likely to rule this out?
That's a pretty complex issue. On the one hand,
she always knows all that stuff.
Reading. It's more than just fun. It's how kids grow.
Where do you buy tires today? Oh, you can look in the newspaper. Well, we want to invite you to Southwest Tire Company, where we can tell you and show you the difference. At Southwest Tire Company, we're not going to confuse you with 6 or 7 brands of tires. We're going to show you and tell you about one, the best one, Goodyear. Where do you go for service? Our service technicians fix it right the first time. They're specially trained and tested at Goodyear service schools. Southwest Tire, good tires, good service, good people, Goodyear. 148th and West Center Road and 137th and Q.
Well, obviously, Nebraska played great football in the first half, shutting out Colorado. Coach, there didn't appear to be much of a letdown in the second half. Maybe a little more competitive, but the intensity seemed to be there throughout the entire second half.
I think everybody played hard. I think that offensively, we had about 3 series where 3 downs and out, and tremendous defense to respond, you know, the way we did, and to shut them out. We made some great 3rd and 4th down plays. We did let them score once in the second half. Here, good job here on the coverage. You see, I think that was Tyrone Williams who had the receiver man-to-man and almost intercepted the ball. And now they punted away. This time, of course, we're able to field it. We get a little bit of a punt return here. Kareem Moss makes a nice run and returned it for about 7 yards or so. Counter sweep here. Good job by Lawrence Phillips. And a nice gain there, about 8 yards on the counter sweep. And now,
Barner, of course, the quarterback, did he hold up today?
Yeah, Brooks fine. I don't think he got bumped up. He carried the ball maybe 6-7 times total in the ball game. And you see that left guard and left tackle pulled and did a nice job here. One of Lawrence's longer runs of the day. gain of 13, a zone play around the right side here. We see a replay of it, and he was able to cut in underneath the tight end's block and had a lot of help there from the fullback as well.
What an option to the boundary here.
Well, yeah, Brooke had the choice of either going left or right. Decided the defense was undershifted, went to the right, picked up 5. Now just a straight-ahead isolation play. That was a 3rd down play, and we picked up the necessary yard and
it's pretty
got
here.
first down. Here, Eric Alford was behind everybody, and good throw. Brooke underthrew the ball just a little bit, which was good. We want to make sure on a play like this. And Eric Alford scores, and that's a 30-yard play. And that put us up 24 after the point, 24-0. So we're in pretty good shape.
You got 11 touchdown passes on the year. Colorado throws it a lot more. They only have 7. And again, it shows, as you say, it's not how much you pass, but what happens when you do.
Well, we've generally been a good touchdown pass team, and quite often people are not looking for the pass, and when we throw, sometimes it's highly effective. There's a good job by Kareem Moss on the option play. Does a nice job of stopping Stewart. Now they do complete a pass to Westbrook over the middle, and that was a gain there of 13 yards and first down. Now Salam up the middle for practically no gain. Dumas and Phil Ellis on the stop. Good pressure here. Now in this case they bobbled the ball, and of course it would have been nice if that would have been ruled complete because we got it back, but it was incomplete.
Salam only completed 12 passes, 30 attempts. Good pressure there on Stewart and a sack, and that was Keneally and Christian Peter. You see here a blitz, and Stewart's pretty strong. He got out of 2 tackles, and but fortunately Keneally and Christian Peter were still hanging around, and they managed to drag him down. Now he'll take a sack here for a loss of 6 yards.
Yeah, so now we've got the ball back. I think there was a
That's right.
4th down play there. There they got some penetration, and Phillips shows good balance and picks up 7. Now the same play to the other side, and this time we guessed wrong, and they slanted, and we came up just about a foot short. And sometimes you gamble there. It was 4th down and about a foot, but with 24-0 lead, it didn't make a lot of sense to try to get that. And here they break out of a tackle. Westbrook's a big, strong guy, and they complete the pass, and Westbrook picked up 22 yards on the play, and now Salam around the end and got hit real hard there on the sideline. That was a gain of 41 yards, and that was certainly the biggest play of the day for them. And now Salam again for a 1-yard gain, and that was Dante Jones and Keneally on the stop.
They're moving the ball here for about the...
Yeah, this is the best drive that they've had. Here's a replay. See the ball come loose late, but of course he was down at that point. And now you see him, I think they're going to Salam again on this play. You see the interior of our line really strong, does a nice job, and a good job there by our outside linebacker. That was Dante Jones who filled on the play, and this was a 4th down play and a great play by Terry Keneally. It was 4th down and about 1.5, 2 yards to go. And Terry slanted and came across the offensive lineman's head and tackled Stewart for a 3-yard loss. So that was a huge play.
So you get
As we
the ball
said,
back.
they were 0 for 4 on 4th downs, and they were 0 for 11 on 3rd downs.
0 for 4 on 4th downs. They come in and they were 5 for 5 on the season.
Now in that particular case, Colorado stunted late, and Brooke was not able to audible out of the play.
1 turnover in the game.
Yeah, this is it. we had them in great shape, and I think the way they lined up, it looked like Abdul Muhammad was going to have the first down, and Brooke kind of locked in on him, and the corner dropped off and intercepted the ball, and that was probably about the only really mistake that Brooke made. So he had a good day, I thought.
You didn't get any turnovers, and scoring 28 points and no turnovers. That's
well,
something
yeah,
too.
it's tough. We had hoped we'd come up with a plus 2 or 3 turnover. Now that it's that doggone little quick screen that people have hurt us with all year long, they managed to pick up a pretty good gain on that particular play.
And they score.
And of course that put them in the end zone. So Westbrook got 19 on the quick screen, and now Salam up the middle, and somehow they just split us, and it wasn't one of our better plays there. Now Salam is talking. He ought to be just happy that he got in the end zone, I guess, at that point. But at any rate, they come back, and of course,
return here.
At this point, it's a little bit of a horse race, and good job here by Clinton Childs, and some nice blocks up front. Clinton breaks a tackle there, and gets us really good field position. So again, our kicking game kind of bails us out, and even though we were, you know, not on the rope certainly, but 24-7. You need something good to happen to get that momentum back.
Schlesinger with one of the blocks here, you might be able to see.
Yeah, Corey out in front there did a good job. Generally, our kickoff returns have been pretty good this year. We do lead the Big 8 in net punting, and I think didn't do a whole lot to hurt ourselves today.
I think they had 7 yards in net punting return and punt returns.
And they have a great punt returner too.
Now, if you want to see the Huskers put the finishing touches on this one, stay around. The fourth quarter highlights are coming up next.
The Kitchen of Amigos brought you the popular crisp meat burrito, the crisp pinto burrito, and now they've stirred up a delicious new taste treat, the crisp chicken burrito. Blending the flavor of cream cheese with Amigos' tender grilled chicken and just a hint of mild chilies and green onion rolled in a crispy golden shell. The crisp chicken burrito, something new and delicious at Amigos.
You haven't seen nothing till you've seen the enormous dinette selection at Rod Cush's Furniture. The values are wall to wall. When it comes to oak, nobody beats us. You'll take home this 5-piece oak dinette for only $2.99. It's always 6 months, same as cash. That makes it easy to pick up this gorgeous 7-piece oak dinette for only $5.99.
Rod Cush's Furniture, 72nd and L in Omaha, and now open in Lincoln at 27th and Superior. It's our best to you every day.
When it comes to cellular service, you need a wide receiver. You need Cellular One. Because with Cellular One's all-new digital super system, your callers simply dial your local Cellular One phone number. The call will then reach you automatically in over 2,000 cities across the country, which happens to be perfect for short passes across town and long bombs clear across America. Cellular One. No other cellular service comes close.
So call now.
It's funny what a lot of pizza places call a buffet. Now this is what Valentino's calls a buffet. Valentino's lunch and dinner buffets have more than 60 homemade entrees and salad bar items, lasagna, spaghetti, and other pasta dishes, fresh salads, desserts, and of course our award-winning pizza. So stop by for lunch or dinner today. The only thing small about our buffet is the price. Valentino's, you'll like what we do, and you'll love our buffet.
So it's 24-7 going into the fourth quarter. Tom, you're in control in this ball game. A 2-touchdown, 1 field goal fit at this point. I'm wondering how you felt about the fourth quarter of play.
Well, not real comfortable. You know, we hadn't moved the ball quite as well as I would have liked in the latter part of the third quarter there. And here, Brooke on a play-action pass hits Lawrence Phillips, but we're still far short of the first down. I think that was a third down and maybe 10 or 12, so we didn't pick up the necessary yardage.
After the punt, they have the long field again.
Good high punt, and good coverage here on the play. Good job there by Johnny Vedral. And I believe that in that case, Hudson was forced out of bounds with practically no return. Now, a nice job of running by Westbrook, but good pursuit by the defense. And in that case, a gain of about 5 or 6 yards.
You went on the stop. That's the thing. You got guys that can run too on that side of the ball.
Well, you got to have speed, and we do have excellent quickness there in the secondary, particularly. Now they're trying to hit Faria, who's a very fine receiver at tight end, and he just about pulls it in with one hand.
In zone there, Tom?
Kareem Moss was complaining there that Faria pushed off on the play. I think that's what he was hollering about. Now the pass is a little bit short, intended for Kidd, and in this case Brooke turned the wrong way, and Clinton Childs still managed to pick up 4 on the play, but it wasn't quite the way we intended it to be run. And again, we came up just short of the first down. And
again, the kicking game.
Yeah, instead of, here he fields the ball on his own 2, and that's not percentage football because we cover very well and tackle him at the 5. And normally if they just let that go in, of course, they would have had the ball out at the 20.
Guy can run too here, Caruth.
Yeah, they got good speed in all of their athletes, and that was a gain of 19 yards on that play. And now he hits Westbrook. Gain of 18. Tyrone Williams on the tackle.
Salam.
Now a draw play to Salam. And essentially no gain on that play. Christian Peter made the play. Now we're coming with a blitz. And didn't get there though. And good coverage. And that was Baron Miles on the coverage. Now an option play, and an excellent play there by Tony Veland. Good open field tackle.
Veland and Dumas both made some great plays on him.
Well, we had the linebackers and safeties primarily covering the quarterback now. A real good pass rush here. That's Dante Jones who made the sack and on Cordell Stewart, and that was a 4th down play. And we'll see a replay of it, and you'll see our outside backers both blitzing here. And we had a lot of pressure on Stewart, and they didn't really know how to pick that up. So now we get the ball back, and on this first play we have a mistake in that we called a trap play, and they came up in a goal line defense. So Brooke audibled a pitch, and Lawrence Phillips didn't hear the audible. And so the crowd noise maybe hurt us there. Lawrence thought it was going to be a trap play, and we ended up losing a whole bunch of yards. And of course, eventually we just didn't convert the first down, so we had to punt it away again. So
great power rush there.
Yeah, excellent pass rush there, and that was Dwayne Harris who makes the sack. Dwayne just knocked him back, the blocker right back into the ball carrier. So a big loss on the play. And now he didn't cover the receiver. They just hit him quick, and that's the first time that's happened in a long time. But then we got a face mask, but he was lined up near the sideline, and our cornerback just didn't see the receiver lined up out there. So they had a first down, but now good pressure and incomplete pass. Another pass that's incomplete, both intended for Kidd.
We didn't have any better day this year than he had last year against you.
He had some trouble. Now Jeff Makovic has a flat tire.
Ouch.
He looked like he was going to go.
Yeah, it did.
And I think he just tried to make a cut a little bit too quick, but that was a gain of 25 on the play. Now an isolation play, Lawrence Phillips, gain of 4. And this was a 4th down play. And Brooke couldn't find anybody open. We just told him not to throw an incomplete pass, just to go ahead and run it and keep the ball in play and let the clock run out. So that's what he did in that instance. And
McCartney's got his seconds in here in the backfield, Herschel Troutman.
Yeah, Troutman is a reserve running back, and I think they also had Detmer in there at quarterback. And basically just kind of ran out the clock here at the end. And we, I guess here at the last play, you see a pass to Savoy, but that was Pesterfield and Christian Peter on the stop on that play right there, Jason Pesterfield, who's really an excellent pass rusher.
Had a good game last week.
Here's a pass intended for one of their receivers, and that was the last play of the game. And it looks like the goalposts are greased, but these guys get them down.
Maybe they are too.
Yeah, it's about $8,000 worth of goalposts coming down there, and the tough thing now is we got to have something to practice with. Bill Shepard not going to get in there and mix it up with them, but I still don't understand what gratification you get out of this, but I guess it's the thing to do. So
to each his own, I guess.
That's right. So
well, it was no goalpost, but a great win.
Yeah.
Stay with us now. Coming up, quarterback Brooke Behringer on the Tom Osborne Show.
We ask these women what they think about the new Sicilian-style pizza from Pizza Hut. Wow, they love it! New Sicilian-style pizza from Pizza Hut. A little basil, oregano, and a touch of garlic baked right into the crust for a pizza crust like you've never tasted before.
Calmati, Rosalia. Che ne stai facendo uno spettacolo?
For $8.99, any second medium, $5 more.
Hey, Husker fans, discover for yourself the difference Low Country Overhead can make at Radigan Motor Center in Missouri Valley. We like to say that we make deals the big city boys can only dream about, and how's this for a deal? Come see us, just take a test drive, and register to win one of 2 pair of tickets for each Nebraska home football game. With nearly 1,000 new and used vehicles to choose from, we're bound to have the one that's just right for you. So get a great deal and a great deal more at Radigan Motor Center, where you can still make a deal with a handshake.
Better business equipment, certainly the one. We sell our sharp copiers with delight. Our faxes will make your day bright. When you tire of the same old routine, then come in and test our machines. Better business equipment, certainly the one.
Let's take a look, folks, at Mrs. B's holiday checklist for you. There's everyday best deals, good old-fashioned bargains, and true and honest values on name-brand furniture throughout the store. Priced right for holiday gatherings, like solid wood oak finished Bowback chairs, starting at $35. 42-inch solid wood oak finished dining tables from $139, and famous brand name dining rooms starting at $6.99. Mrs. B has dining rooms for every budget. So grab your holiday bargains today at Mrs. B's Clearance and Factory Outlet.
Well, Tom and I are joined by quarterback Brooke Behringer now. Brooke, congratulations on the win, man. It was great. Brooke, a junior out of Goodland, Kansas, 12 for 17. What, 100 and how many yards was it? Got him here, 142 yards and a touchdown. Yeah. Took some hits. Did you do all right? Oh, those ribs okay?
Everything held up good.
We'll get a stethoscope here and we'll listen to his breathing. We've been doing a lot of that for the last 3-4 months.
Yeah, I think got through this one all right, and look forward to playing 100% for the rest of the season.
That's great.
Brooke did a great job. I've been impressed by Brooks being pretty calm and in control. I don't know how you felt. Did you feel pretty confident going into this game?
Yeah, I felt very confident going into the game. It helps to realize that the team and the coaches, it seems like everybody's really, their confidence in me has come along too, so that's important.
I mean, the comment on the radio that you just look real confident out on the field. You carry yourself with a lot of confidence. That's good. You feel that way, obviously.
Yeah. Well, I think it's important as far as the team goes. When you have a quarterback step in the situation, it's been an unusual season, and when a guy steps in, sometimes your teammates, kind of wonder, well, is he going to get it done? And if you can go out and show poise and show leadership and act like you know what's going on and you're in control, then it rubs off. So
I like coaching. Sometimes you just got to act like you know what's going on.
And nothing
when
like
you
radio.
really have no idea what's happening, but you still got to pretend.
Nothing like radio, of course.
Well, no, radio. You're covered.
We know
out.
what we know.
Yeah. But let's get down to the important stuff here, Brooke. Hunting and fishing.
Yeah, that's right.
Brooke's a great hunter and fisherman, and I've sent him up after coyotes a couple times. Have you ever gotten one?
Not out at your farm, no. But I'm gonna keep trying.
You go out hunting on Sundays at all?
Yeah, I try to, and I try to get out in the morning every once in a while. And, with school and football, it takes up a lot of time, but I still try to get out whenever I can.
Coach complains he has to work on Sunday. He can't get out at all.
Yeah.
Where's the real Brooke Behringer? I'm told that 90% of the time we've got cowboy boots on here.
Well, yeah, I do usually. I was going to wear them tonight, but I didn't have the right pants ironed, so this is what I showed up in.
Well, you look good to me, Brooke, and you look good today. And
absolutely.
And Brooks, he spent a little more time with his girlfriend now, so that may cut into the hunting too, But we've been very proud of you. You've done a great job.
Hey, Brooke, everybody's been talking about your lung injury, and how about the elbow? How's that holding up?
Well, the elbow's really been great all season. During 2 days, there was a couple times where it got a little bit sore, and we had to hold off a little bit. But since then, it's really felt pretty good. And I think the last month or so, I've been on some anti-inflammatory medication for my lung, and I think it's it's helped my elbow a little
Oh,
bit.
really?
So there might be, you know, something that we could continue throughout the season.
That's great.
Well, these anti-inflammatories are all being properly dispensed right through the doctors. We've got a school, you know, that's been very been hit hard. So we've been doing this all legally. But anyway, Brooke, that's been really really great because I've been concerned, you know, early on about his elbow. But he seemed like the last 3 weeks you've been throwing quite a bit and been holding up well. So.
Yeah, it hasn't gotten sore. It hasn't gotten to the point where I've even been worried about it, so it's been good.
I know you didn't want this to happen at Tommy's expense, but this has got to be a lot of fun for you at this point in your career.
Yeah, you know, you hate to have it handed to you like this. You know, I feel sorry for Tommy and hope that he can get back as soon as he can. But you know, I've been waiting a long time, like you said, and it's a great opportunity for me. And I'm just trying to make the best of it.
Great job.
Yeah, we've never had any doubts about Brooks' ability. You know, here's a guy at 6'4", 210, runs 4.5 something probably. We can even put down 4.4. Who knows the difference, right? And so he's a heck of a player, I think.
I think he runs 4.3, doesn't he?
Maybe.
Pretty close. We'll be back in a minute with more on the Tom Osborne Show.
Beef is definitely what's for dinner at the University of Nebraska football training table. Our athletes understand that beef is a great source of protein and iron that helps them recover from hard bouts of training. Today, it's easier than ever to find a great variety of lean cuts of beef that everyone will enjoy at your dinner table. Beef, it's what's for dinner at the Nebraska football training table. And don't forget, there is no place like Nebraska.
Brought to you by the Big Red Cattle Club.
Bob and Bonnie may be creating the ultimate home improvement with a personal installment loan from First Tier. Not only are they getting a competitive 8.49% APR, they're also flying to the Bahamas, free. Yep, right now with every personal loan, First Tier is giving away free airfare for two to one of 6 warm weather destinations. So come to First Tier before rates go up, because locking in now could leave you in a very desirable position.
The popular 2-for-1 recliner sale is back at Rod Kirsch's Furniture. Right now, you can get 2 recliners for only $166. There are hundreds of Franklin recliners to choose from. They recline, they rock, they swivel, they glide, they massage you, and they relax you in about any color you can think of. And they bring the world closer to you. 2 recliners for $166, believe it.
Rod Cush's Furniture, 72nd and L in Omaha, and now open in Lincoln at 27th and Superior. It's our best to you every day.
The Kitchen of Amigos brought you the popular crisp meat burrito, the crisp pinto burrito, and now they've stirred up a delicious new taste treat, the crisp chicken burrito. Blending the flavor of cream cheese with Amigos' tender grilled chicken and just a hint of mild chilies and green onion rolled in the crispy golden shell. The crisp chicken burrito, something new and delicious at Amigos.
Coach, I got to tell you, you really came through for me because I was concerned that you were looking ahead to Kansas in this game.
Well, we've honestly been thinking a little bit about declaring Kansas as our rival because they are close by. And
I like that.
Furthermore, Glenn Mason isn't being harassed much, and he ought to have some kind of an opponent.
Sorry, Coach McCartney. Let's talk about Kansas. You talked about the fact you only have so many so-called train wrecks left in you every year, or in you every year. This obviously had to be one of them in terms of what you put into it. How does that reflect on next week?
Well, I hope that we've got enough intensity, enough maturity on our football team to come back. I think this has been a very focused team, and we try not to put all of our eggs in one basket. I think certainly this Colorado game was a big game, and everybody was certainly up for the game. But I think that we'll play well this next week, and certainly everybody can remember back to last year in Lawrence and 21-20, and they went for 2 points, and so we've got to play well because I think Kansas is a very good football team.
Do you sense internally that you've got momentum in terms of resolve now for the last stretch here?
I think so. I think that ever since the Orange Bowl last year, this team has wanted to make a mark this year, and get back to the Orange Bowl and see how we come out. And of course, we got some tough games left. You know, we had trouble over at Iowa State a few years ago, and Oklahoma's always a tough opponent at the end of the year. So I don't think anything's set in stone at this point. But we've got a good chance. We got a good football team, and we're playing well, and we have momentum. So we're looking forward to trying the rest of it.
Super. Tom and I will be back to close out tonight's show right after this.
it comes to cellular service, you need a wide receiver. You need Cellular One. Because with Cellular One's all-new digital super system, your callers simply dial your local Cellular One phone number. The call will then reach you automatically in over 2,000 cities across the country, which happens to be perfect for short passes across town and long bombs clear across America. Cellular One, no other cellular service comes close.
So call now.
When it comes to takeout, it's funny how a lot of pizza places define variety. Now this is how Valentino's defines variety. Valentino's takeout menu offers more than 60 homemade entrees and salad items. Everything from lasagna, spaghetti, and other pastas to fresh salads, desserts, and of course, our award-winning pizza. It's fresh, ready to go, and it's what we call variety. Valentino's, you'll like what we do, and you'll love our variety.
Dave is psyched. He just bought this brand new car with a personal installment loan from First Tier. And not only did he get a competitive 8.49% APR, he's also flying to Hawaii. Free! Yep, right now with every personal loan, First Tier is giving away free airfare for 2 to one of 6 warm weather destinations. So come to First Tier before rates go up, because locking in now could leave you in a very desirable position.
Beef is definitely what's for dinner at the University of Nebraska football training table. Our athletes understand that beef is a great source of protein and iron that helps them recover from hard bouts of training. Today, it's easier than ever to find a great variety of lean cuts of beef that everyone will enjoy at your dinner table. Beef, it's what's for dinner at the Nebraska football training table. And don't forget, there is no place like Nebraska.
Brought to you by the Big Red Cattle Club.
Well, Coach, congratulations. 9-0 on the year, a tremendous accomplishment. 26 straight years of at least 9 wins, all 22 under you, and I know that the fans of Nebraska are extremely proud of you and everyone associated with the program.
Well, thanks, Kent. We've been fortunate to have a pretty good work ethic around here among our players, and they work hard in the off season, and I think they maximize their abilities, and certainly have some very fine assistants. I think sometimes they go unrecognized, and obviously. A lot of the defensive game plan, a lot of the game plan in general today was there working. And so I think they deserve a lot of the credit. So anyway, we're pleased to be where we are. And of course, I know people get caught up in rankings,
right,
and where we're headed and national championship and all this kind of thing. And I just hope that the players particularly, and maybe the fans too, can sit back and look forward to playing Kansas and enjoy this next game and do it one at a time and let it shake out, because if it becomes a deal where we got to do this and we got to win the national championship, it becomes really a burden, I think, for the players. It takes all the fun out of it. So we're enjoying it, and I enjoy this team, and we hope they play well 3 more times at least.
Good luck to you. That's tonight's Tom Osborne Show. For Jeff Small, I'm Kent Pavelka along with the coach. Join us same time, same station next week right here on the Tom Osborne Show. Until then, so long, everybody.